So, welcome to Dividing Decimals. Today you will be able to divide decimals, and I know I've got it when I can correctly answer at least one of the two exit ticket questions, except for those of you in periods 6 and 7. You need to get both of them. Alright, you should know the drill by now, where you're going to pick up a graphic organizer from the mailbox. It's in graphic organizer space number 4. And you're going to get your spiral and you're going to glue that onto page 7 of your individual student notebook. Don't forget that you want to go back and write the title and page numbers in the table of contents right inside the front cover. And you are numbering the bottom corners 7 and 8. Okay, and you should have a title on one of those, or at least highlight divide decimal notes. Okay, and we're going to get started just like we always have with our notes. So here we go. So the steps of dividing with decimals. You have to put the first number inside the box and the second number on the outside. You always have to make the divisor, that's the number on the outside of the box, a whole number, meaning you can't have a decimal with it. So I'm going to show you what happens if there is a decimal and what to do, which is basically step 3. You move the decimal in the dividend the same number of places, and then you bring the decimal straight up, and then you divide. Like I said, we're going to do these examples together, and so pause the video anytime you need to so that you can get the information down and practice right along with me. And yeah, it's the same routine, so hopefully you are getting into that routine and things are going smoothly for you now. Alright, our first example. We have 352, that's our first number, that's going to be our dividend. And we are dividing by 2 2/10. Right. So the first thing that I need to do, now that I've got it set up, is to make sure that I am dividing by a whole number. And if you see here, this is not a whole number, it's a decimal number. So what I need to do is we're going to move the decimal one hop to the door. Okay. When I do that, it's just like windshield wipers. I have to do the same thing on the inside of the house. So I have 352, but I don't have a decimal. But remember, when the decimal's not in sight, it's on the right. So there it is. And I'm going to annex a 0 because now I'm going to move the decimal over here and extend my division house. Okay, and then I bring this decimal straight up here. Right there. So the decimal is now here. And I can continue adding zeros as I need to. Alright, so this is now really 22. So 22, I can't take a number times 22 to get 3. 22 will go into 35 one time. So I subtract 22. I get 13. Real quick check, 13 is smaller than 22, so I'm good. I'm going to bring down my 2. So I'm thinking, how many times will 2 go into 13? And again, I might check off to the side. 22 times 2 will go into 13 6 times for 12, so maybe that'll work. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So then I have a 6 up here, and this is 132. Okay, I have zeros here. Am I done No, I still have this extra 0. So I bring that down, and 22 will go into 0 0 times. So my final answer is 160. You always have to keep on dividing until you get to that 0. Alright, next one. Example 2. Again, the first number needs to go in the house as our dividend. So we have 6 and 45 hundredths. Our divisor is 15 thousandths. Okay. Now that I've got it set up, I always want to make sure that my divisor is a whole number. It is not right now. It has a decimal. So I need to move my decimal as many hops as I need to get to the door. So it's 1, 2, 3. Now I can just use 15. Okay. Since I moved it there, I also have to move it on the inside of my house, the dividend. So I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. I need to put a 0 here because I needed that extra space. And now my decimal is going to go straight up, and it's going to be here in my answer. And again, it's here, so I can add zeros if I need to later on. Alright, now I'm ready to divide. I'm just thinking 15. I don't need to worry about those extra zeros now. 15 will not go into 6. 15 into 64. Well, 1 will go into 6 times. So, but I have this 5 here. So I'm going to try 4 times. So 15 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 60 is pretty close to 64, so I'm going to use that 4 and subtract 60. I get 4. Quick check, 4 is smaller than 15, so I bring my 5 down. And 15 into 45. I know 1 will go into 4 times, so I'm going to, but 4 times is too big, so I'm going to try 15 times 3. That's 3 times 5 is 15, and then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 45. So the 3 goes up here, and I subtract 45, and I have 0. And of course 0 is smaller than 15. Now I need to bring down this 0, and 15 will not go into 0. Since I brought another number down, I again have to put a 0 up here. So my answer is not just 43, but it's 430. Alright, you're going to get a whiteboard and you're going to practice and complete these 2 problems. Show your work and come show me. If you need to get 2 dry erase boards, get 2 or write small. Okay, and neat. Pause the video and do that. And come back. Alright, now you are ready to do some independent practice. You are going to get worksheet number 4 from the mailbox. You are going to only complete 8 of those 16 problems. You should know that you're going to complete the problems and then check your answers. I would suggest that you get some lined paper to show your work, because I also want to see your work. And I know for sure these boxes are too small for you to show your work. I just don't know how much room is on the outside edges of your paper. So make sure that you get some lined paper. If you're not sure where it is, ask me and we'll get that for you. But take some time, choose 8. It can be from either side, and then check your answers from the counter. Fix those mistakes, and then take a picture, turn it into Canvas. When you're done with that, you're going to complete this exit ticket. It's exit ticket number 4. It's in the gray mailbox. And when you're done with that, you're going to come and show me. I need to see your work. And like I said, our goal is that we are dividing with decimals. First through 4th periods, you need to get at least one of these correct out of the 2. But hey, just go for both of them. And 6th and 7th, you need to get both of them correct. Okay. When you're finished, get your check sheet out. Have you submitted a picture of your notes? Have you submitted a picture of your graded independent practice page? Have you glued your exit ticket into your spiral and then submitted a picture of it in Canvas? If you can answer yes to all of those, then you should be done and you should be ready for your next video. Alright, go Red Hawks!